So, Nick, you tweeted yesterday or today about your work wife, Tim. So, is there some jealousy with your actual spouse? As far as, like...
No, my wife loves Tim.
Yeah.
And my wife's also fiercely independent, so more often than not, she's like, "Oh, you're home. Interesting." I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll just go.
You guys share like, so what do you think Tim's doing tonight?
No, but I do get the occasion. I'm like, hey, there's a new Marvel movie out, and she's like, that sounds like you should call Tim. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing about the work wife. You can like offload some of the less
great.
desirable movies.
So I get to see like the cool indies with her, and like we spend time that way. And then when it's like Thursday night, like 7 p.m. showings, she's like, go have fun, have some popcorn, go with the boys, and enjoy that. So yeah, my wife loves it, and we went to Vancouver last weekend to see a project that Greg was working on, and it was me, my wife, and Greg and his girlfriend, and we came back from it, and she was like, wow, it really felt like we were spending time with family. And I was like, that's cool. She's like, I'm really glad that
Tim wasn't there?
Yeah, well, thank God for
totally
that.
throwing it off.
No, but she loves, like, it's cool that she's like, your friends, you've chosen your friends wisely, and they've chosen their significant others wisely. And I think it made her happy, which I thought was good. It was a nice compliment for everyone.
Yeah, you guys are all healthy and happy.
Yeah, definitely.
Healthy is...
We're healthy.
I mean,
we drink a lot of Coke, but...
We eat a lot of crap food, too. But yeah, mentally, yes, we're all, I think, in a good place, which is good.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever said that about you? That you chose wisely?
Why?
Well, there's Melly, you know.
Actually, no, a lot of people like you, a lot.
When I told Gus that you and I were getting engaged, he said, I think that's a terrible idea.
No, it was actually, if I look at it now, it was
probably a terrible
I would
idea.
caution against the way we did it, sure.
To be fair, Gus thinks everything is a terrible
It's
idea.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when Gus fell in love, he was all like...
Yeah, but Gus is a unique individual. Like, I don't want to make this whole relationship goes about Gus, but there was that time that we lived together for 3.5 years. I walked into the living room one day, came home early from work, and Gus was there with this like little lady.
Okay.
And
human woman.
Trying to figure out she was a human woman. And and I said, oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. Who is this? And he goes, oh, this is my girlfriend, blank. That was not her name. Her name is not blank.
I assumed.
Yeah. And I said, oh, how long have you guys been dating? And he said, about 1.5 years. Like,
cool.
Living together for that entire 1.5 years. I'd never met her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
He's unique.
Yeah.
Things separate.
It's a little different for me and my girlfriend with the whole thing, because I think that it definitely causes issues, the whole work thing. And I think it goes back to the work is fun at the same time.
Oh,
so
right.
it's like, there's only so many times I can say like, oh, I'm so busy, I have a lot of work to do. And then she sees me playing video games or doing stuff that's like, it's legitimately work, but
rewatching the Fast and Furious for the 18th time.
And it's just like,
because the new movie's coming out. Came out last week, right?
But that's what's hard, because she loves it. She loves it so much. And like, I'm lucky enough that I found her right when we started Kind of Funny. So she's been there from the beginning of this whole chapter of my life. And she's been great, and she's super supportive. She loves Nick. She loves all the guys. But it does reach that point where it's like, all right, but when are we going to stop?
Is she local now?
She is.
Okay, she graduated college. And,
Yep.
But I feel like that's also, and not to like tell you the future or anything, but like I've been with my wife for 10 years. Like we've been together total 10 years, married 5 years, living together for 5 years. After a certain point, like you guys just moved in with each other, and like you're in that nesting phase, which is great. But maybe one day, I'm not saying G will do this, but maybe one day she'll give you the same look of like, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she does though. Yeah. Like she definitely gives me the freedom to do what we're doing, because she knows that.
But it's important to have the QT. Yeah, you gotta have the QT.
Yeah, you need that QT.
You gotta have that QT.
Are you at a point where your significant others watch your content still?
Yes.
I don't think my wife has ever watched anything that I've made.
Yeah.
And occasionally I show her something, like a child shows his parent. I'm like, what do you think of this? And she's like, it was good.
Yeah.
And we'll walk away and I'm like, this is as much as I'm gonna get from her.
Yeah, I'm in total opposite position there, where she is not part of this world at all. Like no video games, no internet videos, none of that. And when we first started dating and she heard about all this weird shit, she's like, I'm gonna see this in a making fun of me type way. And then there was one time early on in our relationship, we were hanging out and we were drinking, and she got a little tipsy, and she was just like, I need to tell you something. And I was like, oh God, what? I was like, this sounds really
The whole football team?
And the coach?
She was like, I watched like maybe 100 episodes of the Game Over Greggy show in the last couple weeks. And I'm like, really? And I was stoked because none of my ex-girlfriends ever watched anything that I did, ever. So I was like, I was just super stoked that anyone would give a shit. And she was just like that's how I heard how you lost your virginity. That was a weird story. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it just feels weird. I feel like I know so much more about you than you know about me. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how this goes.
We do.
But the thing is, she never stopped listening. And like to her, it's like, oh, I just get to spend more time with you. When she's at work, she just gets to hear us talk.
Do you ever get in trouble?
No, because I'm pretty good about saying things. And like I try to live my life fairly honestly and try to be as genuine as possible when it comes to this stuff. So it's like on camera, I put my heart out there, and I'm gonna be honest about this stuff because it only hurts you if you're lying.
I'm sure if my wife listened to our podcast, I'd get in trouble more often than not.
Do you think that's true? It only hurts you if you're lying? Because white lie is usually meant to soften the blow a little bit, right? Like.
Well, yeah, but even if you're not lying, there's just certain things not to say on a 2-hour podcast. You know, if you can't give all the context.
Figure that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Anytime I've gotten in trouble has been because I'm telling a story and then someone interrupted me, which I know you guys probably can't imagine someone doing. But then I don't get to finish the statement. So I only said half.
You can't dig yourself out of the hole you
exactly. Because then I can't come back later and be like, hold on, I didn't say that last part that made that not racist.
So that's when you just got to pull me and be like, hey, remember that time code? Yeah, cut that out.
Back when I used to do the RT podcast, I would every day get a call or text from my mom the next day with like a list of grievances.
You know what? I take back every single thing I just said. I get in trouble every day. My mom recently, in the last year, learned how to use the internet. And by learned how to use the internet, I mean she can search for Game Over Greggy show on YouTube. Every day I get a text that's just illegible. It's just like, that was wrong. That's not how this happened. Like just, oh my God, I can't even deal with it.
I
stopped.